Alright guys, just like what happens with Last Man on Earth and a few other ones I do, I basically give you a rundown of what happened in the movie. But this time the good news is that I'm not going to give you like a true rundown of the movie, but it's basically just speculation stuff and etc, etc. So first things first is that Scarlet Witch is the one that caused this whole entire freaking damn movie to happen. Yeah, that's one thing interesting, is Scarlet Witch actually caused this whole entire thing, because if she didn't actually mess with Tony, chances are none of this would have happened. So yeah, good job, good job. And she actually does admit it, so that's the good news. So anyways, next up is the thing that happened to the twins when they were very little, which I have two things to say on that one. So the twins, basically what happened to them is that there was a missile that actually came near them when they were 10 years old, and of course their family died, their mom and dad, in quotations, died. One thing that was funny, which I would say, ooh, that can so be used to the greatness, because one thing you know about X-Men is, I know they don't own X-Men, but I'm just saying, if they do own, they get ownership of it, or at least get Magneto, then they still have a window, because it'll be the fun thing of Scarlet Witch finding out, oh, my dad's alive, and he's the reason why the missile didn't blow up. Because a missile is made of metal, correct? So chances are freaking damn Magneto was able to defuse it by using magnetism. So thumbs up on actually being able to spin that. They can definitely spin that. Next up is basically, it happened when it was 10. They might be 12 years old. My goodness. They might be 20 years old, 30 years old. I don't know, but it's way, way back. This is way before Tony Stark actually had realized that they've been dealing under the tables all these years. And chances are, I think even his dad was dealing under this table by, well, as soon as Obadiah Stane stepped in and actually took over the company, he was the one that was dealing under the table, and might have even had a nice little, hey, Winter Soldier, I need you to take out Howard Stark for me. So he could have actually got him to kill, yeah, Howard and his mom. Well, anyways, the real main point here is that Obadiah Stane is the reason why the Stark missiles came and killed their parents, along with almost killing them. Yeah, sadly, now this part right here is going to become very, very hazy, because I was trying to remember what I need to talk about. But anyways, number 3, which this is a skip. I'm skipping around. So number 3 anyways is the Mind Stone is yellow. That was a big shocker. Of course, like I said in the other video, if you actually check out some videos of Comics Explained, where I actually said some stuff, you actually will see I said, when will the Tesseract turn green? Which I said in the previous video, wrong stone and wrong color. So it looks like the Mind Stone, which I was able to actually check out Thor's flash. And when he was flashing through with the Ragnarok thing being mentioned and all, I saw that there was 4 stones. I saw there was a yellow one. I was like, yellow? Yeah, so instead of green, it was yellow. So that was amazing how they actually pulled that off. So it turns out that all this time, the blue that we saw is like a cocoon, or kind of like a capsule that kept the stone in position, I guess, or something like that. Well, anyways, yeah, so basically that's what happened. So as soon as it broke out, it turns out it was a yellow stone, and it's the Mind Stone, and apparently it gives Vision power and stuff like that, I guess. So that's where he gets all his, he's able to move and stuff. So that's going to be the weird part about this, is that as soon as the Mind Stone is taken from the Vision, does that mean that Vision will now become motionless? Or it could be just the fact that that means that the Vision has to be retooled, and actually now he does solar instead of using the Mind Stone. Yeah, I don't know. So let's see. Oh yeah, I have the new team, but I'm going to talk about that at the very end. Anyways, talk about Quicksilver. Yes, it's time to talk about Quicksilver. So Quicksilver, the comparison of them is, they didn't do the whole funny part, but notice the fact that Quicksilver from Days of Future Past, he was just there when they first showed him, and when they first meet him, and then he was there to do the heist, and then after that he only got one small role holding his little sister, because that definitely isn't his twin sister. So yeah, his twin sister's most likely in a psychiatric hospital. So that's all. But the memorable scene that he did, that was very, very classical. That's very, very funny. And that did capture Quicksilver from X-Men Evolution, because that's the only one I actually saw that was X-Men based besides the Wolverine and X-Men, and that doesn't really, I didn't do anything. I mean, they were very, very serious, and they did that very, very good. But anyways, Quicksilver, the way that they showed this Quicksilver, instead of stopping time and just showing stuff like that, which they did stop time, they did do that, but they also showed that when he ran, he had like a blue sheen that followed him. Kind of like what happened with the Flash, in a way. Except they did it in a different way, unlike with the Flash. The Flash, they did like a thunderbolt, like streaks and electricity. While in this point, you just basically saw like a kind of like light followed him. Just a light. Photon ray. How about that? Photon wave. So yeah, basically got that. And of course, yes, I heard, and chances are you guys already heard the fact that it was Quicksilver that will die in this movie. Which he died a hero. He died doing something very, very cool. Of course, sadly, I'm one of the ones who's like, you damn stupid kid, what the frick is wrong with you, you dumb bastard? He's like, yeah. So the reason why Quicksilver died is, number one, Ultron took a freaking damn ship. Number two, it is a stupid damn kid over there who's like, I'm hurt. For some reason, I didn't stick with my sister. I'm hurt. Someone saved me. Yeah, then you had Hawkeye going in there, which if they would have done Hawkeye, that would have been a big, ooh, ouch. But they did Quicksilver, and even though they did Quicksilver, there could be a way to bring him back. I'm just saying, there could be a way. Sadly, the GH formula, sadly, that is kind of lost. Yeah, they were able to make one of it and they gave it to Sky, so that's kind of the sad thing. But if they're able to recreate that, good news. That means that it's going to do what actually it was meant to do, save an Avenger, even though Phil Coulson is an Avenger as well. We don't have any idea of the Theta Protocol. I do have to say that. Theta Protocol could actually just mean send in the Avengers, but that's maybe, I'm not sure. We got to see List. I was happy about that. So you have another thing that's continuing on, the fact that you'll have one character that was in the series, even though the previous one, he was in a Marvel one-shot, maybe once or twice, and then he was in the series, and then he went into the movie, and then, yeah, it turns out he was freaking Hail Hydra. Yeah, he was in two. He was in Item 47. He was also in the Consultant. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Anything else to talk about Quicksilver? I don't think so. I mean, oh yeah. There was one funny scene. One funny scene that is kind of tops. There's two scenes that kind of tops. One scene was the fact that Quicksilver was about to get hit by Thor's hammer. He dodged it. He grabbed Thor's hammer and he just went with Thor's hammer. That was kind of funny. That was funny. The second one was the fact that basically Hawkeye, yeah, he was getting on Hawkeye's mood. Yeah, bad side. He was getting angry because he was trying to aim at the freaking base that was over there, and Quicksilver kept on freaking blocking the arrows, and then he punched him, and then Hawkeye got a little bit injured because of that. Yeah. But other than that, he did not miss the other time when he actually shot. So that was kind of cool. My goodness, no phone, no, you dumb idiot. Okay, so yeah. After that is Spider-Man 2 was kind of mentioned. I know that this was just coincidental, but still I kind of believe that this was also a nice shout out. So what happened is that there was a subway car that was going crazy all because of what happened with Ultron. Ultron actually knocked out the conductor guy, which that did happen in Spider-Man 2. Remember, he knocked the conductor guy got knocked out, and then, well, he didn't break the accelerator, but it was still going because they were able to stop it. Yeah. And the thing is that Spider-Man, yeah, in Spider-Man 2, basically Spider-Man went in front of it and kept on webbing and slowing it down. But this time you had Scarlet Witch who slowed it down, which she didn't do a good job because the whole entire thing went out of the end zone or dead end thing. Which I would have to say, if she was in Spider-Man 2, well, at least the good news is that she would be able to lift that car out of being hung and put it back where it was. Technically, it would be kind of fun to see Spider-Man 2 redone, but this time the Scarlet Witch goes against Dr. Octopus. That would be something funny to watch. Funny and sad. That would be like totally cruel to do that. But anyways, yes, I think that kind of was a little teeny tiny nod to that Spider-Man's back with Marvel. A little, well, he's not really back, but at least the good news is that they have like shared custody. Let's say that. All right, next up is Hulk is in the freaking air. Yes, so some say Hulk is in Fiji and he's hanging out there. Others say what is going to happen in Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, is the fact that they'll see Hulk kind of like in Planet Hulk, but we're not going to get the Hulk movie. Which it would be cool to actually get the Planet Hulk movie coincide with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That would be kind of cool. But no, it's not going to happen. Instead, we might get... Yeah, we're not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. There are two ways out of this. One, he goes in space and then Guardians of the Galaxy finds him. Or B, he's in Tahiti. He's in Fiji. So, well, we'll see how this goes, shall we? We'll see how it goes. Alright, next is Vision and the Hammer. For people who actually watched Comics Explained, yeah, you already would get spoiled by it. But anyways, yeah, so Vision held the hammer twice. Yeah, I thought, yeah, which the second time that happened, I thought exactly that's what just happened. But instead, no. The first time they did it very, very subtle and very, very funny is the fact that Vision held up the hammer and gave the hammer to Thor, saying it's time to go. Let's go stop Ultron. That was nice. Everyone was like, oh, no way. And then you were clapping and everything. And then the second one, Vision picked it up and used it for battle. And he also said, yeah, you know, it's kind of heavy. And then Thor explained why it has to be heavy. Of course, yes, Infinity Stones. 2 more to go. One thing to actually talk about is the nice talk first with Vision and Ultron, the last talk, because there was one Ultron left, and they actually had a nice talk. That talk was very, very fun, and he said something very, very funny. It's like, well, of course I'm naive. I was born yesterday, but bum. Yeah, so that was very nice. It was very, very touching. I wouldn't say it rivals. It's just on its own platform. It was on its own platform. That's all I have to say. One thing I really gotta say is the fact of when they were talking about the Vision and how he was created, they said Tony and Banner created him, which I was like, that's not true. It looks like it was Tony, Bruce, and Thor. They all did it, and technically Ultron also had a hand in it as well. So yeah, all 4 of them created the Vision. All 4 of them. So that was kind of cool. That was very, very cool. Yeah, but still, it's like, yeah, but you guys kind of got it wrong. You got it wrong just a little tiny bit. Of course, yes, Infinity War, it's been mentioned. The fact that they showed 4, so it's 2 more to go. You have the green one, and you have the orange one to look for. So that's going to be something very interesting to check out. That would be something very interesting. And also, yes, the end credit scene. There wasn't another end credit scene. The only thing you got was the same thing that you got from Thor and Captain America and Iron Man 3. The fact that it says the Avengers will return. So, yeah. Ragnarok was mentioned. That was the thing that Thor feared, which I don't think that was something he feared. It was more like something that will come to pass. And he just got a vision, which I bet chances are the Hex powers had some different thing happen with Thor. So that's kind of cool. All right, next is Black Panther. You basically have the Claw guy, and that was cool how he became the Claw. Now we saw his origin. That was a nice thing they fit in there. And also they said, well, vibranium made in Rwanda. That was another thing to throw in there. So yeah, we get some good stuff, and now we're gonna see in Black Panther him getting his claw. Too bad we're not gonna see him actually get his revenge on Ultron. I kind of want to see like a little thing of just saying, hey, look, you like this upgrade? I got this idea from you. Check this out. I'm like, yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been like something. That would be cool. The fact that he gets one of the dead bodies that's in his ship and he uses it for target practice. That would be cool. That would be something cool. That would be a nice thing to throw in there if they could do it. Let's see. Of course, I talked about another one. Scenes that rival the Hulk and Thor moment. Scenes that rivals Loki and Hulk's moment. I guess the only thing to talk about left is who is left in the Avengers, because Tony left. Hawkeye apparently has a secret life. That was kind of fun too. At first, he didn't mention anything, and then we find out that he has a wife and children. So he's done until Infinity War. So is that what happened? So are you trying to tell me that while the Winter Soldier was going on, he actually was at home with his kids and wife? If that's the case, then just flat out tell us. I mean, just flat out tell us. Well, anyways, yes. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Tony. Hulk is nowhere to be found. Hulk is missing. Thor went back, so that's going to be Ragnarok. The interesting thing I need to do, side note, is, of course, people who know, is that if you look in Thor, the original Thor movie, you'll see that the gauntlet was actually there. But apparently, yeah, because now they realize that there's going to be something very, very thing they need to do. They put the gauntlet somewhere, locked it away. Because, well, the thing is that since Thor the Dark World ended the way it ended, that means Loki has command, which means Loki is able to just say, okay, Thanos, I do owe you. Here, have the gauntlet. He took the gauntlet. Did he take the Tesseract? Well, we didn't see him actually put the Tesseract in. I guess they're going to keep that for a nice shocker effect. Well, anyways, the team, yes. Let's end with the team. The team is Captain America, Black Widow, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and War Machine. We now get to see War Machine do more action than he did in Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 2. But we did get to see some action in Age of Ultron, which that was good. I'm glad he came back. It's kind of like I would wish there was a still where we actually get to just see, oh yeah, man, I could have did that at that moment. Oh well. Well, at least the good news is that they did upgrade him from what happened in Iron Man 2. Yeah, so he got a better suit than what he got previously. As for Falcon, he got souped up armor, so I think because of Tony Stark, like I was thinking will happen, and he actually has red mixed in instead of just the gray and the black and, you know, soldier like. He actually has a little bit of red mixed in. So that's going to be something interesting to watch. And he was in the movie as well. He talked about the fact that he was tracked down the Winter Soldier, aka Bucky. So yeah, that's where he's been. So yeah, if you guys are like, why didn't he show up in Ultron? It's because he most likely was looking for Bucky. Alright, thank you. That's about all that I needed to talk about. The only thing that's left is just talk about the fact of how will this affect Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. How will this affect them? Well, at least we'll see this Wednesday how this affects on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, yeah. And of course, they already did spoilers on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they basically didn't even mention the fact of, oh god, the Hydra threat is still valid. No, it looks like the Hydra threat is gone. Or they're very, very small pieces. The only messed up part I wish we could see is the fact of we can see the two people from Item 47, because those two became Hydra. We gotta, yeah, you're gonna have to come to terms with this. Those two became Hydra. So they most likely are in there. And I forgot to talk about the tech they had there. That was interesting. So the tech they got was most likely made from the alien technology. which I didn't really get a good glimpse of it, but yeah, they have jetpacks. And of course they have weapons too. Beam weapons, so laser weapons. Wow. But anyways, yes, this was a very, very good movie. And this is just all the stuff I found. Most likely a part 2 will occur because I have three videos to check out now. But anyways, yes, part 2 most likely will come very, very shortly. Anyways, have a great weekend, and I hope this was enjoyable. And if you guys have something to add, definitely put it down below. But of course, check out the second video before you add anything. Thank you for watching, and yes, I'm repeating myself, but definitely go check out this movie. And of course, yes, if you listened to this and you didn't go see the movie, you're messed up, man. You're messed up. I'm gonna make sure I put a flop. Most likely I already put it there, but spoilers, definitely spoilers.